Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, guys. You've got Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny, too many, the dividend champions of the world. And guys, we are here to talk about the best industry right now that's going nowhere. Water. Water is not going anywhere, and it's time to talk about three dividend growth stocks that can drip your way to financial freedom, baby.
Smash that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's hear it for your boys. Help us get to 20,000 subscribers so we can reach all the diplomaniacs out there, Jack.
That's what it's all about, guys. Showing the love for dividend investing, growing the channel, spreading financial literacy and news, helping you on your journey to financial freedom. We build passive income here on this channel by buying dividend growth stocks. And there are three growth stocks in the dividend arena that really aren't going anywhere. Why? Because you shower, hopefully you do, you brush your teeth, you flush the toilets, you wash dishes, you wash your hands. Water is used in everything. Hopefully you're drinking a few gallons a day, at least 8 glasses, hopefully. And there's got to be a company that helps clean and service the water here in the United States. And guys, that's what we're talking about. Three companies that do just that.
We're going to run these three companies through the Dividend Diplomats Dividend Stock Screener that focuses on three metrics and the bonus metric: PE ratio less than the S&P 500, payout ratio less than 60%. We have our dividend growth history here. We're going to give it the little razor, the scout round. Ooh. Then we're going to give it that bonus metric, the dividend yield. So, Lanny, who are the three companies we're going to talk about today?
Guys, we're talking about Essential Utilities, ticker symbol is WTRG. American Water Works, yes, the icon, AWK. Last but not least, we're talking about York Water. Ticker symbol there is YORW. We're doing this as of August 24th, so that's whether stock prices and metrics that we're using is as of. But we're going to see, hey, do we own them? Does Bert own them? Do you own water companies? Before we jump in, let us know in the comments which one's your favorite, how long you've owned it, and what your plan is with that stock. Let's see if one of these is a great stock to buy, Bert.
Let's do it. We're going to go metric by metric, and then we'll give you the conclusion at the end. So let's kick off this show. Now let's start with Essential Water, WTRG. Their price was $36.67. Forward earnings per share, 186. P ratio, 19.72. How does that stack up against AWK, Lanny?
AWK comes in, goes over the rope, points at WTRG and says, well, your 36.67 can't stack up to my $138.25 per share right now for a stock price.
Yeah.
But they say, over here, LA Knight, WTRG says, let me see what that PE really looks like. Well, AWK is rocking a $4.80 analyst expectation, which leads to a balmy high 28.8 on the price to earnings ratio. That to me is very expensive, period.
Yeah, let's see how York compares. Their price was $41.33, earnings per share $1.53, P ratio 27.01. So one of those three isn't like the other, Lanny. Clearly from the PE standpoint, Essential Water WTRG has the cheapest PE ratio by far from this group.
Below the S&P 500 and beating their competition right now from possibly being undervalued. But let's get into that dividend payout ratio, guys. Right now, WTRG on an annual basis, broken out over 4 quarters, though, they do pay $1.23. So they are above that 60% at 66%. Now, keep in mind, utilities in general, because water companies are utilities, typically have a higher dividend payout ratio. Just look at all your favorites, Con Ed, AEP, Duke Energy, you name it. They typically have, above a 50% payout ratio, and I've seen up to obviously 80% in that space.
Yeah, utilities, you hit it on the head, Lanny. CAWK, their annual dividends $2.83. That payout ratio is at 59% when you round it up. So just a smidge under our perfect payout ratio.
All right, well, let's look at what York is doing here. YORW, 81 cents for the year. 53% dividend payout ratio. So the lowest of the bunch. I think they all kind of check the box here
Yeah.
from a
Yeah.
payout ratio standpoint.
None of them are concerning at all. So you're right, a big check for each one of the three. Let's talk about dividend growth history.
Let's do it.
WTRG's 5-year dividend growth rate is 6.99%, and they've increased that dividend for 19 consecutive years. They are almost an aristocrat. It's a solid dividend growth rate for a utility company.
Yeah, not too bad. 19 years getting there. But AWK at 9 years gives the bird because they're like, we've been doing it at 9.39%. So even higher than a 7% growth rate, which is pretty amazing for a water utility company.
That's right. So York, no bueno, 4% 5-year dividend growth rate. Although just like WTRG, they have increased it for 19 plus consecutive years. They are almost an aristocrat.
Wow. Nice. But let's get into that yield, guys, because remember, you turn that faucet on, how much money is this company going to pay you for owning it? Again, to do a simple math, just take $100 times this percent, and that's how much every $100 invested would get you. So WTRG, Essential Utilities, they yield 3.35%. So about two times the S&P 500, and every $100, $3.35.
Beautiful. AWK's yield, 2.05%. And then what's York's, Lanny?
York says, man, just can't keep up with you guys. They're below 2% right now at 1.96%. But Bert, how do all three of these stack against their 5-year dividend yield average?
All right. This is pretty simple. The yields for all of them are above their 5-year average. Each one of them are showing a potential sign of undervaluation here, since their yield, which has the stock price in the denominator, is higher than their 5-year average.
Yeah, and I mean, right now WTRG is about a full percent higher than the 5-year average, which is nice to see. AWK is not too far behind at about 50 basis points higher. Then York again, about 25 basis points higher than their 5-year average.
Yeah, so from a performance standpoint, WTRG is down 23.86% year to date, down 28.5% over the 1 year. What's AWK looking like?
Down 10.27% right now for the year, down 11% since last year. Slide it back to you, Bert.
York, down 8.6% year to date, down 7.5% over the last.
Yeah. Utilities have not done well. That's one of the industries in 2023, utilities, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and I guess we can say telecommunications.
So let's take a step back here. Just put the chart up, Lanny, so everyone can see all the metrics. What's your take here from these three companies? What's your feedback?
Well, I've always had this take of Essential Utilities, WTRG, that anytime they're below 40, I like them a lot. They're currently at 36.67, so we've been grabbing a share here and there, not doing anything fancy, not grabbing 10 shares by any stretch of the imagination, but doing about a share a week right now and into my wife's account for WTRG. I really like WTRG, and
yeah,
I'm calling it a great stock to buy right now.
Yeah, I would agree. And clearly, if you're looking at the sector and you want to get into the water energy and you're looking for what's the best value in the sector, it's clear it's WTRG. They're the cheapest stock. They're definitely between AWK and York are the same from a metric standpoint. So it's interesting, and I'll be adding them to my watch list here because it would be a potentially great addition. So let's put them on the list.
And guys, after seeing these three stocks, after already saying what stock you own in the water industry of the utility space, has this changed your mind? Let us know in the comments what your favorite of the three stocks are. And if you think WTRG, like I do, and how Bert's adding them to his watch list, if you agree with us on that, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and already subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And what is something that we need to do?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You're either with us or you're against us, Jack. That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.